Hey, what's up everybody? It's the Crypto Ginger here. I just wanted to quickly go over some of the more recent news that's been circulating for the last couple of days. And I do apologize for not having posted anything for the weekend or even yesterday. Yesterday was actually my birthday, so I spent a lot of my time with my little daughter. So I just wanted to make sure I did get something out to the community here for the sake, again, of some of this really good news regarding Ripple and XRP. I want to start off with this article from BitcoinExchangeGuide.com, where we see that XRP has now become a base currency for 7 fiat pairs on an exchange called BlockQuake, and this is really focused around the Latin America area here because of this exchange. But the idea that we have roughly around 7 fiat currencies paired now to XRP gives a lot of these citizens in these particular countries an opportunity to onboard themselves into the entire cryptocurrency ecosystem a little bit more easily than they probably would have been able to had they not had this opportunity through BlockQuake. Now, of course, we got to keep in mind that this is something that should be taking place roughly around April 9th, so keep that in mind if you are someone on the BlockQuake exchange. The idea that mass adoption will absolutely take some time to work itself into this entire ecosystem. And of course, once we start seeing more people driving themselves into this direction here, we're going to start seeing a mass amount of money start piling into the entire cryptocurrency market. So again, very good news when it comes to the opportunity of XRP now being attached to 7 different fiat currencies as a base pair and giving other countries the opportunity to actually get themselves onboarded. Again, fantastic news for BlockQuake. A couple other things I wanted to quickly go over. Now, when it comes to the topic of IMF, or the International Monetary Fund, we've most certainly heard that entity's name right alongside of Ripple in the exact same sentence. We've heard that they've been attending the same conferences, and they've actually talked together at these conferences regarding what Ripple's products can do to help the International Monetary Fund system converting from a fiat currency into a digital realm. But of course, that right there has been an elongated topic. Just interesting enough, though, on IMF.org, we can see that IMF high-level advisory group meets in Singapore to deepen discussions on fintech. I'm bringing this up for 2 reasons. One, we just heard that Ripple's Swell event will actually be taking place in Singapore in November of this year. And second, this high-level advisory group that is part of the IMF has somebody that we are most certainly familiar with when it comes to Ripple. Just upon further investigation, if you look into this article here, you can see that the members of the high-level advisory group are actually pretty long here and extensive. But guess what? Who do we have here? Chris Larsen, Executive Chairman of Ripple. So again, very interesting that we have this right here taking place. Again, the idea that IMF is actually going to be bringing their high-level advisory group to this Singapore event to talk about fintech discussions here, and that high-level advisory group happens to have Chris Larsen, who's part of Ripple, and the idea that Ripple's Swell event is going to be happening in Singapore in November is really beyond coincidental at this point in time. So I just think that we're really going to start seeing a lot more talk or a lot more connections being made in the latter part of this year going into 2020, which really makes sense when it comes to, again, what we've been hearing from the news. And this right here is just the beginning stages of what Ripple is trying to do when it comes to, again, expanding their products and their particular availability to other banks and financial institutions and even exchanges, if you will. This is just on a global scale something that we're going to start seeing a lot more development, and of course could potentially lead into mass adoption. So along the lines of the topic of IMF, this is actually something posted just recently by a person on Twitter by the handle of @XRPnuts. In this particular scenario here, we have what looks to be this blueprint for IMF and World Bank, and it doesn't specify anything in particular as far as this connection with any company, but with some of the wording that's been posted in here, you can see that they could go the direction of looking at digital companies such as Ripple and looking at digital assets such as XRP to utilize. You can see here, number 1, they want to embrace the promise of fintech with its far-reaching social and economic impact. Then number 2, you see here, which is very interesting, enable new technologies to enhance financial service provisions. So looking here, guys, you can take a quick glance at this. There's a substantial amount of options here when it comes to, again, their roadmap, and just at quick glance you can see that it's very simplistically written again, but it gives you a general idea as far as what IMF and World Bank are trying to do on a global scale here. So again, at quick glance, you can see that they're trying to merge into the fintech technology side of things, but again, there's no real direct source or connection between them and Ripple right now, other than what we just saw as far as that Singapore event and Chris Larsen being a part of that. So keep that in mind, guys. Take a quick look at this here. I'll leave a link in the description so you guys can actually check out this particular blueprint. But again, we can see some advancements are taking place. A couple other things I wanted to quickly go over as well. Something else I didn't want to overlook here was history being made with the first commercial payment through XRapid, and that happens to be with Mercury FX. And of course, if you've heard any of my previous videos and the talk of different types of partnerships being made, Mercury FX was actually one of those companies that made partnership with Ripple. And we are now seeing that they fired up their Ripple's XRapid and sends the first XRP powered payment to the Philippines. Of course, this is actually something that was announced on Twitter, as a matter of fact, as you can see here from Mercury FX Ltd. I would give them a follow if you want to kind of keep up with what's taking place with the use case of XRapid. But really, I think this is fantastic news. It's going to show everybody that's out there that was looking at XRapid as a means for cross-border payment settlement solutions. This right here will give them the opportunity of seeing how well it works, and again, seeing that Mercury FX is the first ever to actually make a commercial payment using XRapid. This right here is just a stepping stone for the right direction of what Ripple's trying to do, and of course, again, making a primary use case out of XRP through XRapid. Something else I wanted to go over. Now, I know I've briefly mentioned in past videos the topic of the XRP tip bot. This is a great way for content creators such as myself to receive XRP tips for the work that they do. But it's not just limited to content creators. Anybody out there can actually download the XRP tip bot and start sending or receiving XRP tips. And this article here from EthereumWorldNews.com talks a little bit more in depth about that and why the tipping of XRP could potentially drive up the value of the XRP coin. Looking a little bit more in depth here, you can kind of see how the members of the XRP community have actually gone out and used the XRP tip bot to actually help things such as donating XRP to St. Jude's Research Hospital, and of course, again, tipping content creators out there. And a little bit more as far as the awareness of XRP, there have been people in the community that stated that if you're an XRP holder, if you want the XRP to go up, start tipping people who do not have it. Use it for tipping and it will go up. As you can see here, the idea that if you spread the XRP digital asset to as many people as you possibly can, it at least gets it into brand new people's hands. New members that are coming into the community are now having access to the XRP digital asset and becoming a little bit more acclimated with how it works. And then, of course, the more people that actually have that can actually start circulating the XRP digital asset, we can start seeing the price of XRP starting to jump up in value. So again, it's a very nice read, quick read, and of course, if you are unfamiliar with XRP tip bot, go to Twitter, type in the search bar XRP tip bot, and you'll definitely start being relocated to where you can find that, where you can download it, get yourself set up with your own personal XRP tip bot. A couple other things I wanted to quickly go over as well. Now, I know that this particular topic here that I'm going to go over has been heavily emphasized on by other content creators out there. I just found it very interesting that there are members of the XRP community and people that are just solely looking at the movement of different types of XRP wallets out there. They will post these things on Twitter so that the public can actually see these same types of movements. And what was recently posted here was by Well Alert when it comes to a substantial amount of XRP being reallocated from one wallet to another. But in the actual wallet itself, during this movement of XRP, there was a memo attached, and the memo actually stated that the revolution will be televised. Now, of course, you can argue where this is actually coming from. I just found it very interesting that we're seeing a substantial amount of XRP being moved, and I believe it was about 1 billion XRP that had made this particular movement. So who knows who posted that? But I do find it very interesting that we're seeing some people out there making huge moves and understanding that XRP quite possibly could be something a lot more substantial than what the public has actually made out to be. And if we start seeing a lot of these movements or a lot of trafficking of XRP, or even the simple idea of actually acclimating the public to things such as XRP, that could potentially be something we see as far as being televised. And could you imagine the uproar of the XRP community when they start seeing that being televised there? Of course, we would consider that a revolution, and I would imagine that that would be one of the biggest moves for the digital currency ecosystem, right alongside of the XRP digital asset. So again, very interesting when it comes to what's happening in the particular movement of XRP and these little memos being attached. So just keep your eye out for these types of things. It's just a very unique process when it comes to how the information is actually being obtained here. And again, these people watching for this. And of course, when it comes to fascinating news like this right here, a couple other things I wanted to quickly go over as well. As of recently, we've been hearing quite a bit of talk regarding the CEO of SBI Holdings and of course their involvement with XRP, Ripple the company, and really making a use case out of the digital asset XRP. And here we have just simply another article that is coming from CoinGate.com saying that SBI Holdings lays faith in XRP. We definitely have heard that very substantially. And they actually say get ready for a bull run in 2019. Well, really a lot of this is pertaining to some of the information we've already gone over, especially when it comes to the Asian market looking to involve themselves into not just the digital cryptocurrencies, but more importantly XRP, especially when it comes to Japan and the idea that we have the 2020 Olympics happening in Tokyo, Japan, and they're looking to go cashless. This is actually a great opportunity for, again, the Asian market to really show the entire world how it's done when it comes to going into this entire new sector, this digital asset sector here, and making a use case out of XRP. So again, with all of the news that we know about when it comes to SBI Holdings, the Asian market, what they're trying to do, we could absolutely see a very big bullish run take place in 2019. Of course, now this could be something that does take place gradually going from the summertime into the latter part of 2019, but that is still a short amount of time to have to wait for seeing what could potentially be a nice bull run, because again, SBI Holdings taking advantage of the Asian market demographic and of course making a use case out of the XRP digital asset. That would absolutely be a great way to jumpstart the value of XRP as well. So keep all that in mind, guys. Keep your eyes open for any type of news that might be coming out when it comes to SBI Holdings, because anything that they start announcing when it comes to, again, XRP or Ripple is possibly going to be yet another type of catalyst for the exponential growth of XRP and Ripple the company. One last thing I wanted to quickly go over as well. Now, when it comes to the talk of additional types of XRP community members out there posting different types of information that really are unique and revolve around Ripple and XRP, you actually stumble across some pretty interesting gems. And I found one here by someone going by the handle of @W_Kahneman. I hope I'm not butchering that last name, but on Twitter here they posted some information referenced by an article talking about Earthport, their connection with Ripple, and all the companies that are connected to Earthport. And this individual here kind of narrowed it down with the information stating that number one, PayPal chooses to integrate with Temenos T24. If you're unfamiliar with that, definitely give that a look up. I've talked about that in previous videos as well. But you see again, PayPal chooses to integrate with Temenos T24. 2, Zoom, owned by PayPal, confirmed working with Ripple. 3, we have Coinbase takes on PayPal for payments. Then 4, we have Coinbase finally listing Ripple XRP. Now, of course, he's mentioning here that there's no cause effect, bigger trends at work here, but connecting some of these dots are very interesting. And again, this is coming from an article we've already seen where we see that Earthport has actually, not only partnered with Ripple, but have major clients when it comes to these big names. You can see that in this article here, the clients that are dealing with are Bank of America, HSBC, Western Union, Zoom, and American Express. So again, the connections being made here on a grand scale is very fascinating when we start connecting a lot of these dots here. So something to keep in mind, guys, if you are part of this community here, have been doing a lot of research on your own and have things to add to this, please leave that in the comments section. Again, it's a very substantial amount of information when it comes to what's happening on this grand scale that Ripple's trying to do in incorporating, integrating their particular products into all these banking sectors and these financial institution sectors, and of course really trying to make a use case out of the XRP digital assets. So again, let me know what you guys think. Thank you for watching this channel. If you're brand new to this channel, please hit the like and subscribe button and share this content with everybody, and also take advantage of any of those links to secure your cryptocurrencies either offline with the Ledger or even on your mobile phone, for example, with the Uphold wallet. Outside of that, guys, I definitely appreciate you taking the time to watch this, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.